Big Sales National Football Show. Appreciate you all coming aboard. Thank you very much. So, like I told Rick Barry in the last hour or in the first hour of the program, if Monty Williams is worth $13 million a year, what's Eric Spoelstra worth? Holy cow, man. I mean, right? Hey, by the way, does anybody have an update on what Avonte Maddox, is he hurt? Is Avonte Maddox hurt? I've heard nothing of him. What's going on with him? Is he still hurt? Heard nothing about that player. I think he's actually not bad. But I mean, is he hurt? Doesn't seem to be like a lot of talk about him, and or maybe Tone's got an update. I mean, all the coaches in the league should be thanking Monty for setting the bar. Absolutely. He's nicked up, surgery on toe. Okay. Not really looking really for a lot out of him then, right? Had surgery on the toe? Okay. Hey, all right. No problem. So before I get to this, a couple things on Trey Lance here. And because Niner wanted me to get new material, so I did. Tell me what this means. If you're, I'm going to say it exactly how John Lynch said it today. And Niner, this is for you. And it's on Trey Lance. And it's new material. You accused me yesterday. So I wanted to make sure today that what we did was we gave you new material. Okay. Just want to make sure because, hey, I'm here to service people that walk into my restaurant. I want the customer's always right. All right. So, folks, tell me what this means. Can you? John Lynch, quote, Trey Lance has had a really, really quality offseason. I'm going to say it again. Travis goes, isn't Sileo a Bucks fan? No, I played for the Bucks. John Lynch, Trey Lance has had a really, really quality offseason. What does that mean? He's had a really, really, boy, I'll tell you, man, I really, 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 really like ice cream. I mean, you sound like you're a 4-year-old. He had a really, 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 really quality offseason. Not even like going like this. This guy was really, really great in OTAs. You should have seen him throwing the ball. He was unbelievable. This guy was fantastic. What a talent. Shit, there's been more kudos given to Sam Darnold than Last Chance Lance. Niner, help me out. Here's your new material. He had a really, 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 really quality offseason. Offseason is barely over. What are the Niners talking about? That's what I'm asking. What is this? Come on, Niner, don't hide. What? Boy, this guy here, man. Here, I'm going to do it. This is kind of what they're talking like, I would think. Tom, get it. Watch this. Thank you, Tom. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't believe how Trey Lance, this guy's had a really fine offseason. I was like 5-year-olds are talking to one another here. John Lynch, really, really quality offseason. Dude, they hate this guy. They know they fucked up on the pick. They can't come to grips with it. They can't admit it. You're going to have to take a knee on 3 ones, and you really, 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 really don't want it. I really, 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 really hope I win the damn lottery That's tone. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute, Niner, wait a minute. You said you wanted new material. I'm giving it to you. You said, Sills, get new material. I said, well, you know what? Niners going to be expecting new material, so I've really got to work hard on getting Niners some new material. So John Lynch today says, Trey Lance had willy quality offseason. Hey, I really hope these jeans don't shave my thighs anymore. Hey, I really hope that I really hope that Kale Pepte does the job. Holy shit, man. They hate this kid. You gotta be kidding me. That's new material. I know. Hey, Oh, man. So John Lynch, this is a quote. John Lynch, Trey Lance has had a really quality offseason. Like Tone said, aren't they only 2 days into like OTAs? Oh my God, this guy sucks a gigantic lollipop. Oh my God. Jim Drunkenmiller looks like Joe Montana to this guy. Holy cow. This guy's going to go down as the second biggest stiff in quarterback history in the draft. May even, hey, he'll go down a bigger stiff than Ryan Leaf. Because not only did Ryan play a little bit at least, this guy here can't get on the field, and they gave 3 ones up for him. Damn, Niner. Wait a minute. When I watch my face when I'm watch my face when I say Trey Lance. Watch this. Trey Lance. Ooh. Need a little more brand. Oof. Oof. Wow. Why am I walking funny? I'm walking like a wooden soldier here. Hey, when I walk around the 49er complex, I'm walking around like a wooden soldier. Every time Trey Lance's name gets brought up at the 49er complex, John Lynch must just pucker up. Oh, God. You know how you drink sour milk sometimes? Shit. Oh, man. Jamarcus Russell or Trey. Jamarcus Russell probably because he liked to drink. Dude, you have to be a wacko to figure out how to use NyQuil and whiskey or liquor to figure out how to get fucked up. I mean, there's something wrong with you, isn't there? Hey, this is the best way to get hammered. Use NyQuil and put this in it. And that's all right, dog. I can get hammered on a beer. Okay, I'm good with that. Holy cow, man. He Willie had a good, no, not even a good. He Willie had a quality offseason. And here's another statistic. And Niner, wait, I'm not done yet. Here, Niner, I got more new content for you. Where is it? This is on Last Dance. Where is that? This is for Niner. Get some new material. All right. Well, we did. Where's that other one here? Oh, here it is. So get this. Niner. This is for you. So you wasted 3 ones, drafted a quarterback in the 3rd pick of the NFL draft. As Tweety Bird would say, I thought I saw a putty cat. I loved it. Perfect. I saw that's a pretty bird. Or no, better yet, in San Fran, that's a pretty boy. Stop. It's all good. All right. Hey. So here's your new material, brother. So since 2016, Trey Lance has thrown a total of 416 passes. It's 2023. Did you hear what I said? Since 2016, is that right? Yes. He's thrown a total of 416 passes. There's your stat of the day. No, Niner, I'm obsessed with your crying. Well, if we wouldn't have played with 10 guys on the field, here, this is what I hear. Here, I'm going to close my eyes. This is what I hear when I hear Niner fans. Well, Trey Lance had a willy quantity offseason. Well, if we had 11 guys instead of 10, we would have won that game against the Eagles. Hey, I'm surely glad that we're glad that we're not going to be playing the Eagles early in the schedule. We're going to be playing them late. Yeah, I don't want to play the Eagles really because I don't know if we're going to have everybody. Hey, man. I don't know, man. You guys are whiners, man. Need to change that name, San Francisco 49ers, to the San Francisco Whiners. Holy shit, man. Are you what's next? Well, Lincoln Financial is going to have a lot of guys booing us. You think? I don't want to go into Philly because, they got their fan. Oh, no, that was something else. Someone said some shit about their fans. Was it Shanahan, too, that barked and bitched about the fans? These guys say really bad things, It was really unbecoming. You're in Philly, dude. What'd you think? What do you think? Okay, well, seriously, what did you think? You were going to walk into some church? Hey, it's really great you're here. Hey, dude, if I walked into a Philadelphia football stadium and I walked into Lincoln Financial and all of a sudden somebody from Philadelphia, because I gotta tell you, I act kind of a little like these guys. If somebody from Philly reached over and went, hey, Dan, it's great to see you here. Good luck in the game today. I'd look over at you and go like this. Hey, fuck you, man. What's up? I'd be like this. Are you okay? What's the matter? I'd be like, get away from me. Talking to me like that. I'd be more offended with that than you calling me the F-bomb. Hey, Dan, good luck to you today against the Eagles. I hope things work out for you. I hope you're healthy. I'd be like, don't get away. What do you want? See, the 49er guy wants this. Well, they say bad words to us. Really? What gave that away? Oh, man. Yeah, hey, Cosmo, don't worry, man. When you get hit, do you know what the after party is when you win the last time they won a championship in San Francisco, it's been a little bit. Okay? You get hey. No, I can't. I won't. Hey, Niner, I hear if you win like the Super Bowl, man, you get a big parade down to Castro. Is it true? Now you know why I'm not on radio. Yeah, Debo. What was Debo that said that? Was it Sills? Remember Debo said it was going to be easy playing at the link. Eagles can't talk champion. All right, let me move on, man. Yeah. One thing I'm happy about today. You guys didn't get bent over. Now that we're moved on, my explanation of Pauly Shore from WIP calling Jalen Hurts elite. I'm glad you guys didn't get sideways on that. He's trending in all the right directions to be a really great football player. He is. He's completely trending in the right, whereas Josh Allen's trending down right now. Here, I'll say something to you. Watch this. Personally, I'm going to write this down. What? Okay. Hurts. 1, 2. Allen. 1, 2. Would this be a fair? Would this be a fair trend line for Hurts and Allen? That's 2. Is that fair? Josh Allen is this way, Hurts is that way. Right? That's how I see those two guys. I mean, by the way, both guys make a ton of money. Jalen's 2 years, he's progressing. This third year is going to be interesting, though, because there's a ton of film on him now. Ton of film. And coordinators, that's a great topic. How are coordinators going to look at Jalen in his third year starting? What are they going to try to stop? What's the number one thing you want to do? How would you game plan against Jalen Hurts in his third year? Man, I love that. Hurts' third year game plan. It's different, completely different. What do I want to do with him? Well, when he runs that RPO, I am going to tell every single defensive guy I have, hit that freaking guy as hard as you can when he's in the RPO. Bring that end down and hammer him. It's legal. RPOs, it's legal to hammer him. Hammer him. Hammer him in that RPO. I think you got to get the ball out of his hands quicker because his decision-making is exceptional. What's the number one thing the Eagles, the longer the ball is in Jalen Hurts' hands, the chances of more success increases with the Eagle offense. So for me, got to get that. I'd rather have the ball in the hands of Swift, Brown, Smith, Goddard than Hurts, because Hurts is the decision maker of the offense. It's not true play calling. He's decision making. So to me, I want to punish him. He doesn't take a lot of punishment. He's smart at it. But in that RPO, they used to do that to Tebow in that RPO. They bring that end down and just light him up. So to me, I think you got to be more physical in the game. Also, if I'm the D coordinator, I got to win first down. I can't let the Eagles get out on me on first down. I want to get that ball out of Hurts' hands. So if I'm Belichick, here's how I would, having been around Belichick and listened to him, how he does the game plan, I would think he's going to go here defensively first. Then we'll do offensively. In that game one, I want the ball out of Jalen's hands. There's more room for error out of his hands. He does not turn the ball over. See, It's really smart of him. It's not important to throw for 30 touchdowns. It's important not to have double-digit interceptions. Smart. It's perfect. 33 touchdowns is overrated. 6 INTs is great, especially with 425 passing attempts or 435, whatever he had. Okay? That to me, that to me that's the hidden nugget in the offense. So for me, if I'm the Patriots, got to win first down, got to stop the run, which no team has in 2 years. And Jalen has been a major part of that. You're not going to beat Hurts in the first quarter. You're gonna have to wear on him a little bit. Hit him. Keep hitting him. In the RPO, hit him. Keep hitting him. He's a physical kid. He's a tough kid. Keep hitting him. Okay. You don't have that luxury when he's in a 7-step, but when he runs the RPO, he's a running back. Then he drops back and he becomes a passer. I think even the officials have a tough time reffing Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen at times, because that's what got Cam Newton destroyed. That's what got him destroyed. Get that ball out of his hands fast. The quicker he doesn't have it, the more room for error, like I said. The other guys will put the ball on the ground. Because why? Who handles the football more than any other players on the team? The center and the quarterback. See, to me, I would put a guy on the nose right over Kelsey. I would play a bear front. Make Kelsey's job a little tougher, too. You can't give a forefront, have Kelsey not hit and Jalen not hit. They'll run the ball on you all night. They'll run that ball on you all night. The two most experienced guys handling the football, in my opinion, is Kelsey and Hurts. What do you think is the number one thing coaches are working with Jalen on? Passing game. Screen game. I think they're probably working on a screen game right now, because that's the only part of the offense that has not been utilized the most is the screen game. They have none, and they don't have a screen game. It's very underutilized. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's a non-factor on that team. So to me, I would be, and also too, you know what I would like to do a little bit more if I was Jalen and the offense? I'd like to see some more jet sweeps with Devontae. Move him around a little more. Get the ball in his hands. He's pretty good in open space. I think they were always a little worried about his size and shit, but he's shown he can hang in there. I'd like to see them, some jet sweeps with him, you know, moving him around in positions to be in open space. What about the passing game? Is it getting the ball out quicker? Is it footwork? I think it's disguising. See, RPO is not a disguise. It's a decision. See, to me, it's decision. Really, since Andy Reid, right? You haven't had a screen game since Andy Reid, but you had a back in the backfield that was exceptional at screens. And, you know, to Tone's point here, is he getting the ball out quicker? No, I think it's pre-snap stuff here a little bit. What are you trying to accomplish on each play instead of decision-making in the play? You see, the one thing that has made Jalen Hurts trend towards being one of the better quarterbacks in the league, they've taken progression reading out of that offense. He doesn't read. He's not a 3-read guy. It's not what he does. That's not who he is. That's why you have one guy 1 week, one guy another week, one guy this week, one guy. It's all about matchups. Actually, it's a smart way to approach it. Why would here? Maybe this is the change in the game too. You know, as you see, when we had Bruce Arians on, Bruce Arians was an architect of building offenses for Andrew Luck, for Ben Roethlisberger, for Tom Brady. And he said now it's more about the boutique offense. And it's actually smarter. Now, what would you rather do? And this is where I think a lot of teams fall into a lot of problems. Follow me here. So I get a shitty quarterback, and I have a shitty quarterback on my team. Why would I train him or want him to have a 3 progression read when he's one shitty? I got 3 shitty receivers, but yet I'm trying to throw an offense with 1 shitty quarterback and 3 shitty wide receivers. Why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't I try to limit his issues when it comes to reading and not just run an RPO? You run the RPO, you're taking all that out of the game. And what you're doing is what? You're attacking the worst guy, that knowledge, or you're attacking the worst part of a defense with that. So you already know pre-snap wise, who's the worst guy on the field? It's the Will Backer, okay? The Will Backer is the worst guy on the team in pass coverage. My tight end's going to have a field day that day. And what I'm going to do in pre-snap, that's why you can't have A.J. Brown taking freaking plays off and tipping the play off when you're an RPO. Because that quarterback's not going to sit back there and do the Jalen Hurts, he can. This is where he's developing this more. Watch this. 3, 2, screen, intermediate, slot, post. You're moving guys around like this with your head. Jalen's not doing that. Jalen comes down the line of scrimmage. He reads the safety or he reads the Will Backer or Sam, and he either hands it, keeps it, block and release on the tight end, drops back. That's a lot. I think that's a difficult skill set. I think progression reading is also a difficult skill set, but I think I don't know, maybe what Jalen does, because he's really like your OC. Okay, do I keep it? Do I make the tight end block and release? See, and they don't even use a screen game. How about him just being like this and flipping it out? How many times do you think you could have just flipped that ball out there instead of having him run for the – see, but here's the one thing, too, you got to remember. Do you want to run a screen game? When you have a guy who protects the football, it's another play that you could have a turnover on. Do you feel more comfortable as a philosophy in I'm thinking out loud here, and this is probably how they're talking. Do you feel more comfortable with the ball remember? You feel more comfortable with the ball in Jalen's hands than in Swift's hands. There's less room for error when you have it in Jalen's hands. He handles the football the most. So if you throw a screenplay, guy catches it, drops it, guy scoops and scores. Is that a play really that you want to stand on a hill for? That's why we were saying the other day about Swift finding his role. It's going to be interesting how they find a role for him. Okay? I mean, how do you put him in a role? Like, to me, this New England game is going to be a great chess match. Dude, I think that's going to be a tough game. Because you know why? You got a brilliant-minded defensive guy. Don't you understand something when you play against Belichick and you're a quarterback? He taught Tom Brady. He taught Tom Brady what to look for, what to disguise, helped him what he was seeing defensively. He taught Tom Brady. Taught him. You think that's a walk in the park? That's what McMullen's talking about all the time. He believes the team would rather have Jalen run for 15 yards. See, than have him pass it to a running back who only gets 7 or 8. And what else, Tone? Higher chance of a potential turnover. See, it's probably why they take there's 2 things that this offense, by the way, this is why when you look at the offense, you're like, you look at Jalen Hurts and you don't see the rest of the league. It's pretty well thought out. You know what it is? It's turnover-free football. Smart. I'd rather have a quarterback throw for 22 touchdowns. I see some of you guys in here railing on Jalen for only. I'd rather have a quarterback throw 22 touchdowns with 6 picks, who can move the ball with his legs and this and that, handles the ball more because he's my most explosive player and he's the guy I count on the most and handles the ball the most, and he's the most experienced ball carrier than anybody else on the unit. It's smart. And you take turnover position plays away from the game. Throwing the ball across the middle of the field is a high turnover play. Screens, it's a high turnover play. Tucking it and running it for hey, Jalen Hurts getting 8 yards on a run versus throwing it to Swift on a screen. What would you rather have? And what are the better chances of a turnover? The screen to Swift is the better turnover play. The safer play is Jalen. That's why, to me, they've got to be smarter in utilizing him when he is with the ball in his hands, like not getting hit. If I'm the Patriots, I'm going to punish him. I'm going to punish him every chance I get. In the huddle, in the pile. Hit him in the back, lay on him. Put as many hats as you can on him. They tell him, this is what they're telling him. Hey, gang tackle him. Even when he's going down, I want to see 3 Patriot hats on the pile. Get on this guy. Hit him. Hit him in the ribs. Hit him in the thighs. Loosen that guy up a bit. Hey, man, this is how they wore out Cam Newton by the end of every year. This is how they wore out Lamar Jackson. Wear this guy's ass out. You don't know when you're ever going to see that guy again. You keep pounding on him. Keep beating on him. Get the ball out of his hands initially. Make them see what the Eagles don't want to do. Don't overcook this thing. Don't start thinking because he's in year 3 now that you have to start opening the offense. That's what they did in Buffalo. Look what a disaster that turned out to be in the second half of games this year. They overcooked it in Buffalo. See, Dable was more conservative in the second half of football games the year previous with Allen than what Dorsey was. Why? Dorsey's a former quarterback. And he wants to appease the quarterback because he sees the game like he does. And what else? Dorsey feels the game like Josh Allen does. Okay? And he understands. See, I think Ken Dorsey last year got a little bit too emotionally involved in the play calling. And he wasn't smart enough on protecting his quarterback. That's why when they got in that Bills game, or the Bills got in that Bears game, they saw what happened to Jalen. Dude, he had 140 yards passing. And they crushed the Bears. Well, he didn't have a great statistical day. But they crushed him because they weren't too cute there. I think they got too cute in the game, especially in the second half this year in Buffalo. And they kind of got over their skis a little bit. If I'm the Eagles here, hey, keep improving on what you do best. You want to add a couple extra little things, you do have to do that because coordinators have game film on you now. But coordinators are going to see this now. And having watched him play, I'm going to put as many hats on him. To me, what do I want the ball? Dude, this whole thing, if you're New England, you got to win first down. Win first down, get them in 2nd and 8. And if you could play from 2nd and 8 against the Eagles in that RPO, then Jalen's going to have to make – see, last year, one of the things that I thought was also not the fact that they didn't turn the ball over a lot, but one of the things that I really admired about what they did, how many times did we see the Eagles every freaking series in 3rd and short? And once they got in 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12, I started to go like this. Shit. To me, Hurts in open space like that, you don't have enough defenders to bring him down. And he was smart in open space. I was like, they're going to get the first down because they had no center fielders against them. They're going to change that. Jalen's not going to have a lot of those breakaway 3rd and longs as he did a year ago. because they're going to keep a guy in on him because he's the guy that hurts the team the most. A.J. Brown doesn't hurt the team the most. Hurts does. Third and long, kills him. How many times last year did you watch Jalen Hurts destroy a team's will by getting a fourth down play or a 3rd and 13? That's backbreaking. You do a great job on the 3 downs, on the 2 downs in front of it. You're 3rd and 13, and he gets the first down. It's backbreaking, especially when he's in open space like that. So Belichick's going to keep a guy in on him. And you know what? Here, let me before I get to you, Weapon, this is why Howie's drafting guys like Nolan Smith. I think we're going to see a lot of blitzes this year like we saw with Spags in the Super Bowl. As long as they set the edge. See, when you blitz a team like Philadelphia, they got look at Kansas City. Kansas City has truly one weapon, and it's Kelsey. So when you blitz Mahomes, it's a lot of Mahomes moving around like Roethlisberger in the backfield. See, Mahomes doesn't run to get up the field. He runs to create passing lanes. That's what Ben did. Ben moved around passing lanes. He did a great job in dealing with the passing lanes and creating them. So, and for the record, this is why Nolan Smith is drafted by the Patriots, or excuse me, by the Eagles, because you got to chase these guys down now like Hurts. You got to run those dudes down. And when you get a guy like that in open space, okay, you got to chase Josh Allen down. Well, I got a guy who runs a 4.3. Well, Josh Allen runs a 4.4, 4.5, whatever it is. You're not chasing him down with Kaiser White. No disrespect to anybody, but you think you're chasing down a guy who's 6'6", runs a 4.5, and he's pretty physical of a player with a guy who runs a 4.7? You're not doing that. You got to get speed guys on the perimeter now. You know, Tone said something a couple months ago, and he's right. If you don't have linebackers all over the field that can chase people down, you can't win ball games. You just cannot win ball games. You've got to have people who can tackle in open space. Tackling and hurting players is one of the hardest things to do. I teach my daughter that. She's a rugby player, as you guys know, and tackling in open space, it's a skill set. Okay, tackling in traffic, but getting out. That's why the corners make all the money. You're out there on an island by yourself, and the reason you make $18 million a year is because you got to defend, you got to run backwards, and you got to tackle in open space. Man, that's not an easy chore. Okay? That is not an easy chore. Okay, so again, defending Jalen, got to get the ball out of his hands. Got to get it out of his hands. Open space tackling might be the hardest thing to do in football. One false step, and you're giving up a touchdown. See, that was one of the things that made the unit I played on so just dynamic with Jerome and all. We all ran 4.8s. His Jimmy Johnson's 2 interior tackles. This is 35 years ago. Why we were so ahead of the game. People didn't run 4.8s at 300 pounds. No, we had 2 tackles in the middle that were 600 pounds and ran 4.8s. Our edge rushers ran 4.5s. Kevin Fagan played for the Niners, won 2 Super Bowls, I think. He ran a 4.5. Stubbs ran a 4.4. I mean, if you ran a 5 flat in those defenses, shit, dude, you played offense. Nobody ran 5 flats on the defense I played on. We played with team speed. Okay? We play with team speed. Get up the field, get to the quarterback, and set the edges too as well, like you said. You can't seriously compare the early 90s Cowboys to the Cowboys now. they're more known for them, not the bums you have now. Hey, Cosmo, always remember this. When your best years are in your rearview mirror, you need to change the car you're in because your best moments in your life can't be behind you. You've got to create and have a new world in front of you. You can't be stuck in the mud like that. That's what happens with a lot of football players when they leave the game. They still think they're defensive tackles. At least I know that I'm a fat, washed up guy now. Yeah, you know what I mean? I know that now. Hey, if you're like, they talk about my Miami Hurricane teams and they sell to you, you're not selling to you on the last 20 years, are you? What do you think you're selling that? You see all that stuff back there? Miami makes a killing in merchandise off of what I did, not what they're doing. All that stuff, national titles, Jimmy, game balls, beating Oklahoma, beating Florida, beating all them huge programs. They make money today off of what I did, not what they're doing. If that's your best moments, that's 35 years ago. You better start doing something different. You can't be calling yourself to you and talking about Dan Sileo. Do you know, get this? And I honor this. And again, it's about, if you go to the Canes football Twitter page, I retweeted it. Go to Dan Sileo show. What did I do? Hey, Tone, I don't know if you saw this, but this is what the Canes post now. It's crazy. And I have a problem with it. And by the way, it's celebrating what I did. But check it out. So they posted this. There's Jerome. Big Sales 93, you'll see it. Anyway, so then they start posting this. Sileo backed up his big mouth against Oklahoma. Hurricane tackle had the Sooners wondering who he was. That's at the front page of the Herald. Then they did this one. Sileo opens eyes as well as his own mouth. I'm going like this. That's 35 years ago. That's 35 years ago. That's what you're selling? Shit. You can't be selling that 5-7 record you had this year, I guess. I mean, hey, Yale, everyone thinks that I talk shit because of the media. Homies, I've been talking shit since I was 16 years old. Nothing's really changed, has it? Sileo's big mouth. Hey, that is a really wild Miami Herald headline. Tone, don't you think? That headline's it's insane. I opened up the newspaper the next day after. I think Oklahoma was number 1. We were number 2. We beat the piss out of them. And he was talking shit to me, Bosworth. But look at that. That's the headline of the Miami Herald, front page. Sileo backed up his big mouth against Oklahoma. I told them they were the most overrated. Get this. Hey, Yale, guys, get this. So they asked me what I thought about the big game coming up on Wednesday. I said, it's the most overrated football team I've ever seen. We're going to beat the shit out of them. Bosworth couldn't start on our team. And quite frankly, we will kill them and dominate them. This is on a Wednesday. Jimmy comes to me right out. He's listening to me say this. He goes, we're playing them Saturday. I said, I got this. Jerome goes like this. Do you know what Jerome and those guys said to the Oklahoma guys? Here, one last thing before I take a timeout. This is what Jerome said. So we got to the middle of the field. Highsmith, Jerome Brown, and Winston Moss were our captains for the game. Oklahoma goes to reach across to shake the hand. Jerome goes like this. Fuck you. We're the boss. We're the boss. The referees go shake their hand. We're not shaking their hand. That ain't happening. The referee threw a 15-yard penalty on us to start the game because we showed lack of sportsmanship. Big Sills, take a timeout, hit the like button, keep it here on the National Football Show.
Do you